Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I am Crispy and today is day 10 of our 15-day 15 leaf item challenge. So I may actually end up working on this more than one day, in which case I will title the video days 10, 11, however many days it takes me, because I want to get a lot done. I don't have a lot of the island left to do, and I just am worried about getting it done in 15 days, so I'm trying to rush through it. But I did already make a path leading to our penguin villagers here. We have Aurora and Igley here, so the log bridge from the transition area we did last time. The path leads over here to both of our penguin villagers and then over to this incline, and I did also connect it to this area down here that is by the Nook's Cranny and goes through this way to where our Able Sisters is. And so I just connected all of the areas with path, and so I really want to work on this area here today. And I'm hoping that I can get it done and maybe continue. I'm not sure what to put here. This is kind of a big space just to fill with trees and flowers. So I was considering maybe putting some waterscaping here. And I even thought of trying to move my rocks here. And instead of like a rock garden, making like some little rock islands, putting some water terraforming around each of the rocks and having like little rock islands in the middle here. I was thinking about that, but I do have 3 rocks that spawned over here, and I have a few I think that might be up on the cliff, some in some other areas that I've just decorated around. But I just thought it would be a cool idea to do, and it would fill up some space here. So, I mean, I'm not sure how hard that's gonna be with what we have left, because we have this whole area and then we have this big, huge area here, which I have no idea what to put. Maybe a huge tree farm, maybe more waterscaping. I don't know. It's gonna be like where our overlook looks down onto. I don't have the codes to do like a big ice rink or anything, so I can't do that. I could do a big tree farm, or I could do like some waterscaping. I've moved my trees up here, but I don't have a lot left. I need to plant a bunch more. This is like all the full-size trees that I have left that I haven't placed yet, and a little bit of crops that I've been using for money. But we have our campsite area here, we have this cliff, and we have that area down there that I just showed, and that's pretty much it, other than the cliff where my house is, and that is a big huge mess with all of my materials down everywhere. So we're not gonna go up there right now. We're not gonna show that because that is a hot mess. But I only have so much storage space on this island, so it's now all over the ground. So I'm going to work on this area right now, give them each a little seating area with some log chairs, because, you know, that's pretty much all I have to work with. Some barrels on the sides of their houses. We're going to do that, and then we will think about maybe starting on this area. I mean, I could try and fill the rest of the island with some weeds and move my rocks over here, but I don't know. We'll have to see how far we get today. All right, let's get started. All right, so this area did take me a lot longer than I originally expected. I mean, I thought that it might take me a few days, and it did take me a few days. Because I was just trying to get as much finished on this island as I possibly could. So this is Igley's house that I'm decorating in front of, and I gave him a little wheat field beside his house, just because wheat is also a neutral colored crop, and it's something different than just the log chair and barrels, you know, outside their yards. I'm trying to do a little bit of variation, even though I do have to use a lot of the same items over and over and over again. So that is why I had decided to attempt the rock garden and bring in a lot more waterscaping over there in that big open area, because I had just run out of things to build and ideas of what to build with the few items that I had. And I am using a lot of the same, I meant to say I am using the seed bags still. Words are hard. I am using the seed bags of the flowers here still because it does take up a lot less inventory space, but I did run out of some of the seed bags, and so I ended up switching to the actual flowers again because I had a lot already grown. But yeah, the seed bags do take up a lot less space, and I had gone to a cabin island where there was hydrangea bushes, so I was able to get some of those, so that's always a win. But I also ran out of glowing moss during this big huge build, and so there was a day or two where I did not have any more glowing moss to use, and I had stopped going to cabin islands for a couple days because I was just trying to get this build finished, and so I had run out of the glowing moss, and so I was very sad about that. But I did end up finding another vine island eventually. It just took a few days of time traveling in order to find it. I find one every like maybe 5th to 10th cabin island that I do, and you know, I'm trying not to use up all of my Nook miles in case I want to get more of the party lights arches, so it's a fine line. I am not doing a lot of the Nook mile goals on this island because I'm just trying to speedrun it as quickly as possible, so I don't have like a ton of Nook miles, but I did get a lot just from crafting and from, you know, planting the gyroids and going on the cabin tours, so that was nice. But I actually ended up getting my rocks to spawn by doing the mannequin method, is what it's called, the mannequin method. So it is where you can place down mannequins all over your island, and if you put them like 2 spaces, I think it is, apart, then you can get your rocks to spawn. And then if you edit the custom design that you place down, then it will get rid of them all in one go. And it's an easy way, well, I say easy, it's very time consuming and tedious, but it's easier than picking up a whole bunch of weeds. So there is that. Some people place a whole bunch of custom designs down, but then you have to, you know, get rid of the custom designs on the ground at the end, and so it just saves a step. It's just a little bit of a quicker way to do it. Most of the time I like to leave my rock gardens until the very end, just so it's a little bit easier. I tend to fill my islands like every single tile, so it's not too hard for me to do a rock garden at the end when you fill every single tile. But on this particular island, I wanted there to be, you know, this big look over from where we did before, and so I was trying to get my rocks into place so that I could build this area. So now I am working on the waterscaping up on the top cliff so that I can bring the waterfalls down into the valley where the rock garden is going to be, and where all of the waterscaping is going to be that I'm gonna do in this build. And so I just put some waterscaping up here on the cliff, and once I was happy with how the waterfalls looked, then I started to bring the waterfalls down into the valley. Hindsight being 2020, I should have probably brought this cliff here forward a bit because it is kind of set back. There is quite a big ledge in front. And so when I am up on that overlook, I'm not sure how easy this is gonna all be to see, because you could see how far back these waterfalls are from the edge of the cliff below it. So I did want there to be a lot of waterscaping and a lot of waterfalls, but I should have brought that cliff down a bit just so that you could see it a bit better. I could possibly come in with my other character at the end just to get like a wide angle shot of the whole area when it's finished, you know, so you can see it better. But I just don't know if my OLED here is gonna be able to get the whole area in one shot. You know what I mean? I will show you when this is finished and the walkthrough, but I did not get all of this decorated. It just took so long to get all my mannequins into place and do all of this terraforming and waterscaping, and so I wasn't able to finish it all unless I was gonna have the video be like an hour long, and I really didn't want to do that. There's not a lot left on this island to do, and so I know we do have a few days left, and so I tried to get as much done as I possibly could, but I couldn't get it all filled in, and I did have to plant more trees, and so I am gonna have to time travel to get those grown. It's just a fine line of, you know, remembering to time travel when, you know, I'm supposed to, because sometimes I'll leave it and then I'll be like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll come back in and I'll stunt some trees, and then I'm working on another island and I forget, and so when I come back in, then, you know, my trees are grown and it's very annoying. But I was just trying to create an island here in the middle and have like a river going around it, kind of like I did at my entrance here. And so that is what I am doing. I'm working on creating this island in the center and trying to make it look natural and not too symmetrical. So I just, you know, play around with it until I'm happy with it. But once this terraforming down here is finished, you can see me placing some of the mannequins around to get my rocks to spawn where they're supposed to. I didn't show all of the mannequin placing, of course, because that is very boring, but I just showed a few so that you could see what I was doing. And so when I get my rocks to go where I want them to, I will come back in and show you where my rocks spawned, and we'll finish up the rest of the build here. But I was pretty happy with how this terraforming came out. I just wanted there to be as much as possible, just so there was a nice, you know, scenery. I didn't know what else to put in this space, so I thought terraforming a bunch of waterscaping and little islands would be pretty. So that is what I did, but we are almost finished here with the waterscaping and in front here, and then you can see me placing a few of the mannequins in just a moment, and then we will move on to the rest of the build. But here I am placing a few so you can see. I just put it like every 2 spaces or so. All right, guys. Well, I have an update after many days of time traveling. I got my rocks to go where I wanted them. So what I'm gonna do is see if I can get rid of all these mannequins real quick. I'm just going to change the design. Yeah. I think all I have to do is put one little speck to change it. Oh, I did not mean to get rid of that. I mean, it doesn't matter. And then hopefully they'll all disappear. Let's see if it works. Ta-da! Yay! All the mannequin placing that took me so long is worth it, because look, they're not like in a circle, but I don't care. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do some like waterscaping and make these little tiny islands all the way around. And I'm gonna have to go around and clean up all my weeds because I have time traveled like 6-7 days in a row. One of them spawned like right here and I was like, no, that's too close. So I wanted it closer to over here. I like this placement. It's not like perfect, but I don't care because like I said, I'm just gonna do some little islands, I think. And the reason why is because I don't have a 9-piece path to put around a circle rock garden, you know? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on that next, and then I'll figure out, I may bring the campsite actually down here because I have this big empty space that I have nothing, no other houses to put, and so it's up here right now, but there's nothing to say that I can't just bring it down here and put it over here, you know? I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. I'll decide. But I'm so glad that I got those rocks into place. And I've done all of this waterscaping now so that I can decorate it, put a few trees in here. And yeah, I will have to clean up the weeds. But hopefully it'll be, you know, a nice thing to look at from over where our tree chopping area is. And so I'm going to work on cleaning all of this up and then we will get back to the build. Alright, so now we are starting on part 2 of the build. I put this pond here in front of Igly's house because I thought maybe a little fishing spot would be cute and fill up some space, and so that is what I did. It is a little bit later in the day, so it's a little bit brighter, so I hope that you guys are not blind. It does get kind of blinding and gives me a little bit of a headache, not gonna lie, when it gets too late in the day, and so that's why I've been trying to record mostly like early morning in the game so that it's not too blinding. But I just am working on this area in front of Igly's house and behind the Nook's Cranny and filling in front of the cliff just with a whole bunch of trees and bushes and flowers, and I didn't even record all of that because it was just all the same thing, filling in a bunch of flowers and trees and bushes. But I did want to show the little fishing spot that I did because at least it's something different. I just put, you know, a little pond there and it fills up the area nicely, and then I just filled in the outside of the area with a whole bunch of filler. And then I will come in with the waterscaping again and do the little islands around the rocks and create some more waterfalls coming down from that cliff. So I did end up moving the campsite over to this area on the left here by where the little rock islands are, just because you know, I didn't really have anything else to put there, and I don't know exactly what I'm going to put up on my cliffs yet, but maybe I'll add some more waterscaping or something. I just am running out of ideas and builds to do with these few items, so I am trying to finish off, you know, as best I can. I may do a big tree chopping another tree farm or something up there. But now you can see me coming in with my waterscaping tool and chopping all around these rocks, just so they create a whole bunch of little islands. I've never done a rock garden like this before. I usually do the circular, traditional, I guess you could say, rock gardens, but I really loved doing this, and I think that it looks really cute on the map. So if you've ever made a rock garden this way, let me know in the comments below. I've never done this before, but I have seen it on a few islands, and I think they turn out really cute. This way you don't have to have them all in a circle, and they don't have to be quite as close together, and it's a little bit easier. I didn't put down any custom codes on the ground, like around the rocks like I normally would, to get them to spawn into a specific place. I just let them all spawn in this one area here, and this is how they spawned, and I was happy with it, because when they're on these little islands like this, it doesn't really matter as much if they're like right next to each other, you know what I mean? So I think that it fills in the space pretty nicely, and I was able to make more of like a river going around it. And then I'm going to come up here and bring this cliff forward a bit so that I can create some more waterfalls coming down. So I did speed this up quite a bit, and I cut out some of it because it was just more terraforming and bringing the cliff forward, and I think we've all seen that a million times. So I sped it up to like ×4 just so you could see what it is I'm doing. I'm just bringing the cliff forward so that I could have more waterfalls coming down, and I could connect it to the river where the rock garden was. So that is what I'm doing. You can see my little saplings on the ground. I'm still growing more trees, always growing more trees, because I can never have enough trees on this island. I've used so many and I'm constantly running out. But I do slow it down here in a second. Now I am just bringing in some of the waterfalls and the waterscaping on this cliff so that I can bring it down to the bottom here. And so you can see me just bringing the waterscaping down, adjusting the cliff below so that I can bring that last little waterfall down. And that was it. And so it was a way to connect my rivers together, and it takes up a lot of space, fills up this area nicely, because I did not know what else to do in this area. So I tend to terraform and waterscape when I don't know what else to put on my islands. So that is what I did. But I will show in the final walkthrough how this whole area came out and how it's looking so far, and what we have left to do, because there is still some of it left to do. I didn't get it all done like I said before, but I did get a lot of it done. I filled in a lot of these little islands down here, and I filled in a lot of this the cliff up above. So I did time travel in order to get some more of the medium-sized trees, because those little saplings had to grow. So I time traveled, a few days to get those grown. And isn't it nice that the sun is not blinding? It does give me a headache sometimes. And so hopefully it's not too dark here. It's like 5 a.m. in the game, and so because it's winter, it is a little bit darker than on like a summer island at 5 a.m. But I didn't mind, because I needed a little bit of a break from the sun in the game. And so I'm just filling in some of these little islands here. I just showed like what I would put on these little islands, just some different sized trees and bushes and flowers, and I put a few of the little wild log benches down and the log stakes, but I just made it kind of like I did the waterscaping at my entrance, and I didn't put a well down. I might put a well over by my campsite. I don't know that I've finished filling all of that area in completely, so I might put a brick well over there because I keep forgetting that I can use a brick well, but I kept trying to move around to see like what flowers were in the area so I could see like what ones to put down, and then I would hop across the water on accident. But yeah, it was funny because I was just hopping around. I kept running out of items in my pockets, and so I was constantly having to go and get more flowers so that I could keep filling in all of these little islands. It feels like I put 3 items down and my pockets are empty. It seriously does. And I know that's not true, but it just takes up so much space to fill my pockets with all the different flowers, all the different trees, and all the different bushes. And so that's why I was using the seed bags for a while, but I did run out of those, and so I was having to use the rest of my flower stash that had already grown. And then I had to time travel, and it took so long to find the white lilies. He just would not sell them. He was not selling them. I had to go all the way to like March, I think, in game before I found some more white lilies, because my Nook's Cranny keeps selling the white windflowers or the white mums, but not the white lilies. So I had trouble finding more white cosmos and white lilies, and I was completely out of them. So yeah, it took a lot of time traveling, and that took up a lot of time. So that's why I didn't get all of this area completely filled in. But what I am doing is I'm calling this area here Gyroid Falls, and I'm hoping that you can kind of see it from down below. But I don't know if you're gonna be able to see them from the tree chopping overlook area. I didn't think about that when I was putting them down, but it was just something else to put down other than the flowers, bushes, and log stakes. You know what I mean? I mean, I have wheat fields too, but nothing else. And so I used the log stools with a gyroid on it, and I was just thinking, okay, I'll call this area Gyroid Falls, you know, because that sounded cute to me. So I'm just filling up all of these little areas up here, and of course I don't finish like I said, but I did try to bring in probably 4 or 5 different log stools with the gyroids on them. So I do still have more to use, but like I said, hopefully you'll be able to see them from far away. I don't know, but what are your favorite gyroids in the game, or do you even like the gyroids? I do really like the gyroids, and so since they are not a leaf item, you can see in my inventory they have a gyroid icon. They're not a leaf item, so I can use them. So it's just being able to use something else other than just the same things that I have been using, you know, just something different. But my favorite gyroid is the squeakoid. I love the squeakoid. It's so cute to me. And I also love the little bubbleoid, but I tried to use the ones that were more neutral colored or white colored, just so it kind of stuck to the same color scheme that I had been using. But I will show how much we got done in just a moment. I just tried to finish this off here, but I didn't quite finish the cliff above. So I will have to grow some more trees and do that tomorrow. But we are getting so close to finishing this island. So I'm very excited to show everyone. I have not released any of these videos yet. I want it to be completely done with the whole entire island so that I knew that I could do it first. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you to all my members. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, I'll go get my helper so that we can see what all we got finished. All right, and we are back, and I have my helper here.
Hello.
You ready to see it?
Yeah.
Also, Isabel said we had a campsite visitor, so we're gonna go see who that is. That's exciting. But I decorated in front of my penguin villager yards today. So this is Aurora's house, and then
That's a lot of trees.
I know. I keep running out. And then we have Igly's house here. So I put this pond here just as a little fishing spot because I didn't know what else to put. And then I have my campsite here. I still have to finish this area, but I'll show you what I was working on. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so this is what I was working on.
I see that you did a rock garden.
I did. And
Floating one.
Yes, and I was working on all of those cliffs up there, which is hard to see at this angle.
Yeah.
But maybe I could bring this cliff forward just a little bit. I don't know, but it's hard to see. But I was filling in. I was doing all the terraforming and all the waterscaping. I was getting my rocks to spawn over there, and I was filling in all the cliffs like up back behind it. So I still have to work on the area over there to the left, and I have to do the very top cliff still because I didn't finish filling in all of that. But that's a big area.
Yeah.
And it's hard to see this early in the morning because it's so far away, but hopefully I can get it on a day where it's clear and you can see a lot of the overlook. But now we're gonna go see who our campsite visitor is and if it's anybody good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, are you ready to see who it is?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I've had a few that of course I have not taken, like Carlos, and that I walked in, I saw who it was, and I walked right back out. So I am not really expecting it to be anybody good, but we've had some good ones, and we've had some not so good ones. So let's see who it is. All right.
Close your eyes.
I'm closing them.
Oh.
Are you in?
Yeah.
Is it good or bad?
It's mid.
Winter or not winter?
Definitely not winter.
Okay. Can you give me a species?
Tiger.
Oh, another tiger? Is it orange?
Yes.
Oh, is it Rowan?
Let me see.
Tony the tiger?
It is Rowan.
I would definitely have him if I was doing like a jungle island, or if...
You did a jungle island.
Yeah, I think I had him actually on my jungle island, maybe.
Yeah, I think you did.
And if I was to do like a Winnie the Pooh island, I started a Winnie the Pooh island and then I never finished it. And
how dare you?
He was gonna be my Tigger. That island was super hard to do, okay?
You should have done it.
Maybe I'll attempt it again one day. But yeah, we are not going to take Rowan. No, you can walk out.
Okay.
But now you can see all of this area grown in here. I finished filling in all of these little islands here, and then I just have this space back here to finish filling up. It's a big area and I keep running out of trees, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll put some more waterscaping up here or something, but yeah, I have this left to do. I have around my campsite and then this cliff over here where my campsite was originally. So this is what I have left. Alright, but we are going to say bye. We'll save this for tomorrow and I'll stop cleaning up, I promise. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. We will
Okay.
see you next time.
Yeah. All right. Bye. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.